Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Learn Commerce with Namita. I am Namita Mane. In today's video, let us solve an example of income from business. In my last lecture, I have explained you the introduction part of income from business and profession. Then I have explained you the meaning of business and profession. What do you mean by vocation? Then what are disallowed expenses, as well as the format of computation of income from business. Okay, so the link of that lecture you will find in the description box. In this video we are going to solve one example of income from business. So this is the example on the screen. Okay, in my last lecture I have already told you that if the question, okay, or the problem is of profit and loss account or income and expenditure account, that means you have to compute the income from business. If receipts and payment account is given in the question, then you have to compute the income from profession. So this is the example of profit and loss account. That means you have to compute the income from business. Okay, so the problem number 1 is the following is the profit and loss account for the financial year ending on 31st March 2023, furnished by Mrs. Sureka. So this is the profit and loss account of the financial year ending 31st March 2023, furnished by Mrs. Sureka. So this is the debit side and this is credit side. So in debit side, salaries, advertisement, depreciation, rent and taxes amount is also given. Then 2 municipal tax of residential house, 2 goods and service tax 25,000, legal charges, 2 RDD, banking cash transaction tax, interest on capital, bad debts, net profit. Then in credit side, gross profit, interest on fixed deposit, dividend, bad debts recovered, commission and sundry receipts are given. Okay, and both the side, debit and credit, is tallied by the amount 5,25,000, and there are some additional information given. Okay, so along with the profit and loss account, there are some additional there are some additional information given. First is salary includes payment of rupees 23,000 to daughter of Mrs. Sureka. Out of it, rupees 3,000 is excess as compared to other employees of same category. Okay, then next is allowable amount of depreciation as per income tax rule is rupees 64,000. Third is GST includes rupees 3,000 as penalty and rupees 2,000 as interest for late payment of GST charged by the GST authority. Fourth is bad debt recovered were written off in the year 2020-21 and admitted by the income tax department. So bad debts were recovered in the last year and now income tax department has admitted here. Okay, next is what you are required. Okay, you are required to compute taxable income of Mrs. Sureka from business. Okay, so that means we have to compute the taxable income from business for the assessment year 2023-2024. So this example was asked in university examination in the month of March 2010, April 2014, then April 2018. Okay, so we will solve this example, okay, of income from business. So I hope you have understood the example. Okay, now I hope you have remembered the format of computation of income from business. In my last lecture, I have explained you. Now I will show you the format. So this is the format of computation of income from business. Okay, so as per this format we are going to compute the taxable income from business. Okay, so now how to solve this example? Okay, now first of all prepare the format. Okay, prepare the tables. Okay, give the heading computation of taxable income from business of Mrs. Sureka for the assessment year 2023-2024. Okay, then particulars, two columns for amount, one is inner and outer. Okay, now see, look at the format. Okay, so what is given first? First is net profit as per P&L account, means net profit as per profit and loss account. So now in the question, check where is the net profit. Okay, so net profit will be given in the debit side, okay, of the profit and loss account. So here see, to net profit. So to net profit is how much? 2,13,000. Okay, so this, then write here okay, net profit as per profit and loss account, write in outer column 2,13,000. okay, so 2,13,000 we have written. Now next is what? After writing net profit as per profit and loss account and amount in the respective column, next is what? Add disallowed expenses. Okay, now what is disallowed expenses? Disallowed expenses means those expenses which are not related to business. Okay, so these are some disallowed expenses. Now we have to identify in the question which are disallowed expenses. Okay, now disallowed expenses you will get in the debit side of the profit and loss account. Okay, in the debit side of profit and loss account you will get the disallowed expenses. So in the format write add disallowed expenses. Okay, so disallowed expenses are those expenses which are not related to business. So now first to salary. Salary is how much? 1,40,000. Now this salary, okay, which is given in the debit side is what? The salary paid to the employees. Okay, so it is the expenditure of what? It is the expenditure of business. But on salary there is adjustment, okay, or there is some additional information provided on salary. So what is that? Salary includes payment. Okay, salary includes payment of rupees 23,000 to daughter of Mrs. Sureka. Now who is Sureka? Sureka is the owner of the business. Okay, so daughter salary is how much? 23,000. Okay, so 23,000 to daughter of Mrs. Sureka. Out of it, okay, out of it 3,000 is excess as compared to other employees of same category. Okay, now daughter and Sureka, so that means what? There is a relationship between mother and daughter. So here this compare, okay, other employees are getting how much salary? 20,000 salary, but comparatively Sureka's daughter is getting 3000 extra, 3000 excess. Okay, so if you check the format here, the extra amount, okay, extra amount means 23,000 is the other employees are also getting. So 3000 is what? Excess amount. Okay, so the excess amount is what? Disallowed. This 3000 is not related to business. Okay, so if it is not related to the business, that means it is disallowed expenses. So if you check the format, you will see that in disallowed expenses there is excess salary paid to relative. Okay, so Sureka's daughter is a relative of owner, means Sureka. So she is getting how much salary? Extra salary 3000 she is getting extra. Okay, so here you will write first excess salary paid to relative. So in inner column the excess amount is how much? Excess amount is 3000. Okay, so write here 3000. Now after that, advertisement. Okay, salary is completed, 1,40,000 is paid to the employee. It is the expenditure of business, and additional information was given on the salary. That means it was paid, it was the 3000 is the disallowed expenses. Okay, now after salary is what? To advertisement 15,000. So advertisement is what? A complete expenditure of the business. Okay, next is what? To so advertisement is not disallowed expenses, it is the complete expenditure of the business. Next is to depreciation. Depreciation is how much? 68,000. Okay, now there is some adjustment or additional information on depreciation. So depreciation, see the second point, depreciation in the P&L account is given 68,000. Here in the second point it is said that allowable amount of depreciation as per income tax rule is 64,000. Okay, so how much the income tax department or income tax rule is saying that depreciation is allowed only 64,000, whereas in P&L account depreciation is given 68,000. That means 4,000 is excess. Okay, so check in the format, excess of depreciation. That means the extra excess of depreciation is known as disallowed expenses. Okay, so 64,000 is the income tax rule, but here in P&L 68,000 is given. That means 4,000 is excess. So this 4,000 is nothing but disallowed expenses. So second, excess of depreciation. $68,000 minus 64,000. Okay, so extra is how much? Excess is 4,000. So this 4,000 is what? Are disallowed expenses. Next, after depreciation, to rent and tax. Okay, to rent and tax 13,000. It is fully related to business expenditure. Next is to municipal tax of residential house. Okay, how much it is? 9,000. Now municipal tax. Okay, to municipal tax of residential house. Now is this a tax paid of business? No. Okay, it is residential. It is a personal household expenses. Okay, of Mrs. Sureka. So to municipal tax of residential house 9,000. Okay, this 9,000 is nothing but a disallowed expenses. Why? Because this residential tax is not related to business. Okay, so if you check the format, in disallowed expenses there is household expenses. Okay, Household expenses means whatever expenses which you are doing for your personal own house. Okay, so that will be what are disallowed expenses. So third point, municipal tax of residential house. Okay, so how much is the municipal tax? 9,000. 9,000 is a disallowed expenses. Next after that is goods and service tax to 25,000. So good GST is paid for the business. Okay, but this 25,000 is paid for the business. GST is paid for the business, 25,000. Now there is some additional information which is given on GST. GST includes rupees 3,000 as penalty and rupees 2,000 as interest for late payment of GST charged by GST authority. Okay, now see here, GST, this 25,000 GST is what it is related to business. Additional information is given that GST includes 3,000 as penalty. So this 3,000 will be a disallowed expenses. If you see the disallowed expenses format, there is GST penalty. Okay, so how much is the GST penalty? 3,000 is the GST penalty. So it is a disallowed expenses. GST penalty 3,000. Okay, now next is what? And rupees 2,000 as interest for late payment of GST charged by GST authority. Now see here, GST interest is given. Okay, but this 2,000 is not disallowed expenses. Okay, why? Because it is interest for late payment of GST charged by GST authority. Hence 2,000 is not a disallowed expenses. Only 3,000, that is penalty, is a disallowed expenses. Next is what? After GST is legal charges. That is legal charges is 12,500. Legal charges is related to business expenditure. Okay, so hence we are not taking the legal charges. Next is 2 RDD. Okay, RDD stands for what? Reserve for bad and doubtful debt. Okay, that is 5,000 rupees. Now this RDD is what? A disallowed expenses. Okay, why? Because see, in the format it is given provision and reserves. Any type of reserves, okay, is called as disallowed expenses. So here RDD is 5,000. So it is a disallowed expenses. RDD 5,000. Okay, after RDD, banking cash transaction tax. Okay, this is related to business and it is not allowed as disallowed expenses. Why? Because banking cash transaction tax 8,000, it is related to business. Okay, next is 2 interest on capital 7,500. Okay, interest on capital is a disallowed expense. Okay, see here in the format it is given proprietor salary, comma, interest on capital. Okay, so it is disallowed expenses. Interest on capital 7,500. Okay, after that interest on capital 7,500, it is a disallowed expenses. Next is bad debt 9,000. Okay, now bad debts is related to business. Okay, now what does bad debts means? Bad debts means the amount not recovered from the debtors. So it is related to business. Last is net profit, which we have already taken. Okay, so now here all the disallowed expenses which were given in the debit side of profit and loss account, we have taken into the consideration. Okay, now total all this value, okay, and then write in the outer column. That means 3000 plus 4000 plus 9000 plus 3000 plus 5000 plus 7500. So we get 31,500. Okay, now add this two amount, okay, that is 2,13,000 plus the disallowed expenses total. How much is disallowed expenses total? 31,500. So 2,13,000 plus 31,500, we get 2,44,500. Okay, now see all the disallowed expenses we have taken into the consideration as well as the value. After disallowed expenses, what is written? Less expenses or losses allowed but not debited to P&L account. Okay, so expenses or losses allowed but not debited to P&L account. Now see, in the question you need to check the expenses, okay, which are given in the adjustment. So whatever expenses are given in the adjustment, it should not be but it is not given in the debit side. So the adjustment which are only given in the other information, okay, that value will be deducted in the format. Okay, it will be deducted in the format. Now check in the question. Depreciation is given already in the P&L account, depreciation given. So there is nothing, there is no expenses or losses allowed but not debited in the P&L account. Okay, now next is what? Income not taxable as business income but credited to P&L account. So this income not taxable as business income means what? The income which is not related to the business but still it is shown in the credit side of profit and loss account of the owner. So those income we have to deduct. Okay, so which are those income? Possibility of income like income from house property, bad debts recovered, refund of income tax, gifts, dividend received, and so on. Okay, so now in the question, in the format, write less income not taxable as business income but credited to P&L account. Okay, now this income not taxable as business income but credited to P&L account, you will find in the question in the credit side. Okay, so check the credit side entries. Now the income not taxable as business income but still it is credited in the P&L account. First is what? Gross profit. Gross profit is what? It is related to business. Okay, gross profit is related to business income. Okay, so 4,57,000 we will not take into the calculation. Next is buy interest on fixed deposit 19,000. So check the format here. In less income not taxable as business income but credited to P&L account, you will find here interest on fixed deposit. Interest on FD means interest on fixed deposit. So in question, interest on fixed deposit is given 19,000. Okay, so less interest on fixed deposit interest on fixed deposit deposit 19,000. Interest on fixed deposit is 19,000. Okay, so it is written. After that, dividend 6,000. Even dividend is received by the owner. Okay, it is not related to business. See the format, dividend received. Okay, so second, dividend is 6,000 rupees. Now after dividend is what? By bad debts recovered 15,000. Now see, there is adjustment. Okay, bad debts recovered were written off in the year 2021. Okay, that means this 15,000 was recovered and admitted by the income tax department. So income tax department says that the bad debts recovered 15,000 is already we have written off. Okay, so no need to take. See the format here also, it is given that bad debts recovered, and in bracket it is written that not allowed as deduction. Okay, so hence we are not taking bad debts recovered. Then commission is fully related to business, so you do not have to. So commission is fully related to business, so you do not have to take it, okay, in the calculation. Next is sundry receipt. Sundry receipt is 3,000. So sundry receipt is also related to business. Okay, so now all the entries we have written. Okay, so now add this 19,000 plus 6,000. So total you will get 25,000. Okay, then this 25,000 we have to reduce. Okay, so if from 2,44,500 reduce 25,000, so you will get 2,19,500. so this is our taxable income from business. Okay, so this is our taxable income from business. So in this way you have to compute the taxable income from business. I hope you have understood today's session. Thank you very much. Please subscribe my YouTube channel, like and share the video, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the latest notification.